I want to close this account.
$112.14.
All right, small bills.
No, you're overdrawn that much.
What does that mean?
It means you hit zero. Here's zero. You went below zero.
Okay.
I think one of the things that makes you such a special person is the way you give people these life experiences. We read about it all the time. And I'm wondering, when you go to choose a project, if that's something that you consider as well, and if so, what sort of life experience do you want people to get out of this film?
And, you know, when you read a script, it affects you. You think, this is a valid emotion. This is something that that helps me see life, you know, and what I could do with life a little better. I believe that it's common enough, or that all people, or many people, would enjoy this experience of having it. You know, it's like a good joke. It's like, that's a good joke. I can repeat that joke. It's like, this is a great story. I can repeat this story for someone else.
Sir?
Take me, God. Don't play with me.
I was wondering if I could use your phone.
My house? I can watch the kid after school. I can do $11 an hour. Let's go! Here's a dime. Call your mom.
Costs more than a dime.
All right, here. Costs more than that, call collect.
And when you're working with a young actor like Jaden, who's so wonderful in this movie, what do you learn from someone like him?
Well, he's a remarkably self-composed little man. I learned that, you know, we're all in this together. When we get into the scene together, you know, we may not know what we're going to do, but we get things done, and we did very well together. We did well together just doing interviews this morning. It was wonderful to be with him.
Ben, what kind of a man takes a child to a bar and to the racetrack?
Is there anything going on that we should be aware of?
Well, I don't want to take up all your time.
We have loads of time.
I want to talk about your character because, you know, one of the wonderful things about her is that we don't pity her ever. We sympathize with her, and I feel like a lot of that is due to the performance, and it's such a wonderful performance. And I'm wondering how much of that is born from your performance of the character versus what's on the page.
The character was certainly fully formed in Ted's brain, but the decision to have Vince care for her child is a terrible one. And yet, when I read it, I just thought, oh God, she has no choice. Like, what else are you supposed to do? Like, so I didn't vilify her in my head, and I think I kind of felt for her. And I don't know, maybe there was a little bit of that showed that I was rooting for her.
You like him?
He's interesting, in a grouchy sort of way.
For the character of Vincent, and even the other characters, where did you draw the inspiration from? Is it semi-autobiographical? Is it completely imaginary?
It's funny. Every character is kind of based on someone in my life. Vincent specifically is my wife's father, who is a bawdy World War veteran, drunk, and not a good dad, and abandoned my wife at 9, and just not a good guy. And then about 20 years later, something happened to him, and he got cancer, and he completely changed. You would not recognize him from the man he was 10 years before that. And so that was Vincent, how people do change. They do change. Change is incremental and small. Even the bully in the movie is the first bully I beat up in Brooklyn, strangely enough. Wow. Yeah. So everyone's big. Except the only person I don't know is a Russian hooker.
So how do you and Vincent know each other?
I'm working for this man.
I go hard.
I'm also dancer. Who is she?
A lady of the night.
Do you know what that means?
She works at night.
I want to ask you a question here. It's interesting that, you know, you're working in a film with several comedians, and yet the character you play, Daka, is actually the most comedic of them. You know, are there
What were they thinking?
Right, no, but I mean, you pull it off so well. Were there any challenges there? Were there any advice that you got from these other very seasoned comedians?
Yeah, I would say just a little. Yeah, I mean, I was terrified going into it because of exactly what you just said. And yeah, Bill was great because I tend, you know, there was something very big about this character. It felt like it was farce, and he was very subtle, and I'm feeling like I was sort of bouncing off the walls doing these things. So sometimes Bill, you know, helped rein me in.
Sure, yeah.
This is Oliver. You can lead us all in morning prayer.
I think I'm Jewish.
Good to know.
Movies about, you know, the mentors have always been very prevalent in Hollywood, from Chaplin's The Kid to Bronx Tale, Gran Torino, and so on. Yeah. But you know, in real life, an older guy hanging out with a kid would be creepy. Sure. But why does it work in movies, and especially this movie?
Because it's Bill Murray, and everybody just kind of trusts him.
not knowing what a lunatic he is. But I think, I don't know, I think that we all in some way want to be mentored. So when we see it on screen and it's charming and affable, then we take to it.
A saint is a human being we celebrate for the sacrifices that they make, for their commitment to making the world a better place.
Why is he mowing your dirt patch?
I'm showing him how the world works. You work, you get paid, you drink.
Are you drinking alcohol?
I honestly don't remember.